Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording on Thursday, October 3rd. And as you're hearing this, the Celtics play basketball today. Play the Denver Nuggets in their first game of the preseason in Abu Dhabi. They played today, October 4th, as well as October 6th, which is Sunday. Play at noon today, so about 7 hours after this video releases. And then at 10 Eastern time on Sunday. So be ready to check out both of them. Figured we just talk a little bit about the preseason game, what we're expecting, take a look at some of the clips floating around of the Celtics in Abu Dhabi so far and stuff like that. So I'm pumped up. This is actual basketball time, which is good.
I don't know if it's hit me yet. Tomorrow when I wake up, I might cry, knowing that the abyss is over, where we've made it. The Celtics do play basketball. We're going to have all kinds of storylines to take away from the game, at least hopefully we do, where we're seeing these guys show what they have, specifically the rookies. It's going to be fun to watch Sharman and Watson tomorrow. It'll be fun to get a look at the backup big guys. It'll be fun to get a look at Lonnie Walker for the first time. Be a great time to get a good look at Springer. I can't wait. I'm excited to see how even the starters match up against Denver, because we talked about this a little bit on the pod, but with it being a showcase game internationally, those guys are going to play. Like, there's going to be some kind of directive where you're going to get some semblance of good basketball for at least a half, and that'll be a good point for us to measure from, because Denver is towards the top of the league in terms of contenders. It is a great test to start your season or preseason.
Yeah, they ranked. I think I had them 6th. I did power rankings for hard refuting yesterday, and they were 6th on my list. So
Denver only
they're a
6th.
good team. Yeah,
I suppose because they kind of got worse.
I had Boston, OKC, New York, Minnesota, Dallas, Denver. I feel like that's
Minnesota over them.
Fine. Yeah, better defense, continuity. I mean, as much as you think Randall's a worse fit than Karl Anthony Towns, which I do think he is.
You do or don't?
I do think he's a worse fit than Karl Anthony Towns, but at the same time, you're also getting an additional rotation piece in Dante DiVincenzo. I think another year of development for Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Rob Dillingham coming in, if he gives you anything this rookie season, versus losing a 25, 30-minute per game guy if you're Denver. I don't know. I think Minnesota's pretty good still. But Celtics have been posting some social clips of themselves in Abu Dhabi. I obviously see them getting on the plane, ready to rock. Cornette and Hauser give it a nice little thumbs up. They got there. This was fun. A little, Jesus Christ, not getting
from Logan.
Yeah,
not usually where they go from.
Getting ready to rock. Where do they usually go from? A little private airport, right? I don't know.
Exactly. They have Bedford Air Force Base. Not to dox them, but I think if you really wanted to know, you could find
out. But they're in Abu Dhabi finally. Have been practicing a little. They made them do. Dean, are you familiar with this game?
I saw this video.
Yes. If you press the wrong tooth, it'll bite you.
I'd be terrified. So much like Tatum.
Jalen doesn't care. Let's see. I want to see you lose. Oh, Derek. All right. Well, but they've been getting some work in the gyms over in Abu Dhabi, getting ready. Like you mentioned, I do think we'll see a decent amount of the starters, at least for the first quarter, maybe the first half. I assume once we get to the third quarter, you'll see mostly bench guys. And once you get to the fourth, you'll see a lot of Shireman, a lot of JD Davis, and a lot of Drew Peterson. I'm really excited to watch the rookies, like you said, but I'm also excited to see how, I hope Joe gives all of the bigs some time to run with the starters. I hope Tillman plays with Tatum and Brown. I hope Cornette plays with them. I hope Keita plays with them, stuff like that.
Especially against a Jokic level player. That's a big test.
Mm-hmm.
With Porzingis
like you mentioned, playing football, hanging out over there. Baylor Shireman's probably the best football player on the team.
Oh yeah, former state champion quarterback.
I think he is the Nebraska state record for touchdowns in a season. Yeah,
no joke.
Which is wild. I think he threw 56, which is insane. Jane Springer catching a nice little pass. Moss, missing, and then Drew catching it. Yeah, I'm pumped to see them play again, obviously. I'm excited to see what the rotations look like. I don't think Joe Mazzulla will go overboard. As much as he wants to compete and as much as the NBA is probably going to say, hey, play your guys a little bit. I don't think they're going to play anybody in the preseason for extended minutes. And by the time we get to the last two preseason games, it wouldn't surprise me if we're seeing Baylor Shireman getting a start, if that makes sense. But I'm excited to see what it looks like because we obviously haven't seen them play basketball in a few months.
Haven't seen him play basketball in a few months, and just seeing if Joe has anything cooked up, any rotations, any new offensive stuff. Maybe he gets fancy on defense, like Jack last year to start the season. The first thing we were like, "Holy shit!" was when he put Holiday on Julius Randle and then Embiid like a week later. Is he going to try to fuck everything up with Jokic? Probably not, because it's Jokic, but you never know. It's preseason, it's meaningless basketball, and he has 2 games to experiment. They'll play Denver as many times this weekend than they will the entire season. So you're going to get a lot of looks at them, which is not a common occurrence for the Celtics. It's exciting, man. I can't wait. I want to see if any of these younger guys took a jump. Did Pritchard get a little bit? Not that he's super duper young, but these rotational guys get any better? Did Sam Hauser add anything? Like, I think we'll get a nice taste of all that too. There's just there's endless amounts of stuff to be excited about. I mean, we are like the worst people to ask about this because we'll tell you 10 different storylines you should be paying attention to, where the average person is just like, I would like to watch the starters play. It would be nice to see the starters play. And we're like, what about Shireman? What about Anton Watson?
I do think the Jokic thing is interesting because obviously I think Al Horford's going to start on Jokic just because they're going to play the starters and they're going to roll that out for the first quarter. But I wouldn't surprise me if Joe does do something where he's like, all right, let's see how Tillman looks guarding Jokic. Let's see how Cornette looks guarding Jokic. Let's see how Cato looks guarding Jokic. Like getting the chance to see some defensive things from all of those guys because they're going to have to play minutes. Like it is inevitable. They're all going to have to play some minutes and have some time on the court while Kristaps Porzingis is out until later on in December. So you might as well get a look at them early, even if Jokic probably isn't going to be going full forwards. And the Nuggets are going to be trying like 100%. You can at least get a look to see how they hold up in a defensive scheme against what is probably, or not probably, what is going to be one of the best offenses is basketball, just because Jokic is that good. So regardless, I think that'll be interesting. I also think it'll be interesting to see how much we see Pritchard and Hauser, if they're playing their same roles, if they're playing sort of elevated roles. Is Pritchard getting the ball more? Is Hauser, driving closeouts at all? Stuff like that. So as much as the preseason doesn't matter, and in the grand scheme of things, these stats are just going to be lost to nothingness. It will be interesting for Joe Mazzulla to test out different like schemes and such like that.
Didn't Pritchard go crazy last preseason, or was that the year before? There was one preseason where he was not like a rookie. He was, I think, poised to have like a legitimate role though, and he just cooked. Like he lit up teams. He had like 26 and 30.
Last preseason, he averaged 16 and 5.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were like, watch out. And he was good.
Yeah, I mean,
but not 16 points per game good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think you put Pritchard in the right position, he could average 20, but it's obviously not.
Oh, I agree.
James I'm next. I'm excited to watch everybody on the team play. I think we could see some guys who are going to have carved out little niche roles, play a lot of minutes in these games, and I think that's interesting. So let us know what you guys think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to How About Them Celtics here, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. And pregame show today, as you're listening to this, 11:30 Eastern time in the morning. Early pregame show. But yeah, all the time, take it out.
You guys missed us. Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you comment, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell because you don't want to miss any of our daily uploads. New stuff coming at you every morning. We have full pods dropping Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Game recaps morning after each game. So there's going to be one up on the channel tomorrow. And then we're going to have other videos like this one in between to keep you busy. Like Jack said, pregame is back today, 11:30 a.m. Be there. If you're on the West Coast, it's 8:30. Early riser for you today. Good basketball and breakfast day, I suppose. You can also find all of our pods and recaps on Spotify and Apple. If you want the audio version, just give us a follow. They'll go right to your feed. You can find all of our stuff there. You can leave a 5-star review too. We would appreciate that very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. By the time we're reading emails again, this game will have passed. So send in your thoughts. Tell us what you think. This is a legitimate spot for you to share your thoughts now. There's actually things for you to think about. hbtcpod@gmail.com is the address for that. You can find us on socials at How About Them C's. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook's the name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is at Jack's One NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. ridiculous.